Johnny Depp's lawyers vow to appeal flawed and bewildering libel loss. This comes from page 6. Johnny Depp's legal team on Monday ripped their bewildering loss in the star's wife-beater libel case and immediately vowed to appeal. This decision is as perverse as it is bewildering, the law firm said, which represented Johnny Depp in the London case. They released a statement as soon after the High Court judge ruled against him. The judgment is so flawed, it would be ridiculous for Mr. Depp not to appeal his decision. The judge, Andrew Niccol, I think that's how you say his name, ruled with the Sun newspaper saying it had shown that the 2018 story under headline calling Depp a wife-beater was substantially true. He ruled that 12 of the 14 allegations that Amber Heard made of physical violence had happened, and the 2 that had not been fully proven did not suggest that she lied, as Depp's team claimed. Depp's legal team insisted that the ruling showed the judge had been one-sided. Most troubling is the judge's reliance on the testimony of Amber Heard and corresponding disregard of the mountain of counter-evidence from police officers, medical practitioners, her own former assistant, other unchallenged witnesses, and an array of documentary evidence which completely undermined the allegations point by point. All of this was overlooked. As well as appealing, Depp's lawyers said they hoped for a fairer hearing in the lawsuit in Virginia over the Washington Post op-ed Heard penned with her own experience as a victim of domestic violence. We hope that in contrast to this case, the ongoing libel proceedings in America are equitable, with both parties providing full disclosure rather than one side strategically cherry-picking what evidence they can and cannot be relied upon. While Amber Heard's team said the decision and judgment are not a surprise to anyone who had filed the trial. Very soon we were presenting even more evidence in the U.S., she said in a statement to follow up the trial expected to be in Virginia next year. We are committing to obtaining justice for Amber Heard in the United States court and defending Ms. Heard's right to free speech. A spokesman for The Sun said the paper had stood up and campaigned for victims for domestic abuse for over 20 years. Domestic abuse victims must never be silenced, and we thank the judge for his careful consideration and thank Amber Heard for her courage in giving evidence to the court, The Sun said. Amazing. Amazing. Judgment was never in doubt. Now, you all know how I felt about this, and if you don't, I did 2 live streams, and especially the first one. And if you missed it, it's the one that I put that said Johnny lost the case, plain and simple. I was very frustrated and very angered being a victim of domestic violence myself. Because what does this say for the future? That we're just going to go on hearsay? We're not going to look at the evidence presented by us or by anybody else? You're going to have all this evidence, witnesses, statements, police, and none of that matters? As a person who works in a courthouse, I can tell you that evidence does matter. When you're not presented with evidence, it's just hearsay. Now, it's different if it's your word against theirs. But Amber, claiming that she was beat up so many times and having a cell phone, and as you could see, she loves putting pictures, in case you don't know, all over the place of herself on her Instagram. Then why wouldn't you put this out there the second it happened? She never protected Johnny Depp. In fact, it was Johnny Depp who lied to protect herself and her career. Johnny Depp loved her, and there was no doubt in my mind from the recordings alone. And when Amber Heard said it in the recordings that she physically attacked Johnny, she physically threw pots and pans at him. Of course, later on she said that the pots and pans were only in her defense. Well, were vodka bottles? Was kicking a door and punching someone in the face? If you're a victim and the other person is an abuser, here's what you don't do. You don't aggravate the abuser, especially if they're bigger and badder than you are. If you know physically that they're bigger than you don't go and attack them. You run. Or you try to make them happy in hopes that that attitude would change because you feel guilty. Amber didn't feel any of these things. She kept on the attack. This is not what a victim does. Her behavior alone should have told the judge that this is not how you go about things. Someone who's abused, they should have had possibly an expert in the case of domestic violence. Possibly they could have used an expert witness, a doctor, someone who has degrees in the field. If they didn't, this is a huge mistake on their part. Because I'm sure that that doctor would have told them that as someone who's a victim, you look to get out of the situation or avoid a situation when you're the one being pounded like a punching bag. I could tell you that I did not want to aggravate the person who went after me. My first thought was to get out of there without any violence, without attacking, because like Johnny said, he didn't want to be the guy who popped the wife. I didn't want to be the guy who popped the girl. So I wanted to get out of there as peacefully, as calmly as I could. And I did everything I could to get out of there. And still, she came after me and attacked me. That is an abuser. And Amber Heard did the same here. Kept coming after Johnny and got mad when he decided to get out of town. When he decided that he was going to leave before things got worse was the best and the smartest decision that someone can do. Especially as a man. Because as a man, you're seen more physical, stronger, bigger, tougher. That's what we're presented. We're judged by our physical appearance. In that scenario, it is best for the man to step out of the way and say, listen, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to go outside before things get worse, and I will come back later when things calm down. Which is exactly what Johnny Depp did repeatedly over and over again. And Amber Heard kept coming after him. He tries to lock a bathroom door, and she keeps coming in. He tries to get out of the situation, and she keeps dragging back into a fight. To me, the judge is either stupid, paid off, and totally disregarded any evidence presented by Johnny Depp's team, which is entirely wrong. His rulings were only based on one thing, just what she said. So when she said to Johnny, do you think that a judge is going to believe you over me? Maybe she was right. In any case, it's not the way it should go down. When it's just hearsay, the judge needs to rule on it, considering the story. The judge once told me there's two sides to every story. No, there's three. There's the plaintiff, there's the defendant, and in between is the truth. It's common sense. It's logic. And here the judge took none of that. I'll be pissed off for a long time. And I'm going to sit here on this channel to dissect his ruling and continue to prove over and over again that his ruling is wrong. Amber is the abuser. And unless someone can totally change my mind on this, there's no way in hell that I believe that Amber Heard is a victim. I believe that Johnny Depp is the victim and Amber Heard was the abuser, based on all the evidence and logic in front of him. Johnny Depp also had this to say. In light of the recent events, I would like to make the following short statement. Firstly, I'd like to thank everybody who has gifted me with their support and loyalty. I've been humbled and moved by your many messages of love and concern, particularly over the last few days. Secondly, I'd wish to let you know that I have been asked to resign by Warner Brothers from my role in Fantastic Beasts, and I have reported and agreed to that request. Finally, I wish to say this. The surreal judgment of the court in the UK will not change my fight to tell the truth, and I confirm that I will appeal. My resolve remains strong, and I intend to prove that all the allegations against me are false. My life and my career will not be defined by this moment in time. Thank you for reading. Sincerely, Johnny Depp, who now has 8.1 million followers on Instagram. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget, I hope you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll know the next time I continue to drop Johnny Depp videos on this channel. You be safe and be well. The fight, justice for Johnny Depp continues. Take care, everyone.